Hi, my name is Dwi Marini binti Saifullah Amati. My metric number is 1077. The next presenter is...
Hello, my name is Saifah Dania binti Aizah Syariman. My matrix number 1075. The next presenter is...
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurhana binti Nur Azlan. My matric number 1070.
So, let's get started!
Did you guys know what is storing?
Definition of storing. Storing is a technique through which the items are stored in a proper way to control merchandise and prevent loss through theft and spoilage. Bad storage conditions and procedures have an adverse effect on the standard of food and drinks sold. Hey Ma, may I ask you something?
Sure.
How to store the food in the right place?
Huh? You don't know? It's okay, let me explain to you.
How to store the food in the right way. Keep high-risk food at 5 degrees Celsius or below, or above 60 degrees Celsius to avoid the temperature danger zone. Store raw foods below cooked foods. Store food in suitable covered containers. Avoid refreezing thawed foods. Check and observe the use by dates on food products. Take special care with high-risk food.
Did you guys know that we have 3 types of storing? First, chiller. Second, freezer. And last one, dry. I will explain to you about dry storage. Dry storage. Dry storage is the storage of product which do not require a climate controlled environment. Item placed in dry storage generally have a long shelf life. Temperature of dry storage between 10 Celsius and 21 Celsius. Example of dry storage food is sugar, herbs and flour.
Next, I will explain to you about chiller.
Chiller. Chiller is a machine for cooling something, especially a cold cabinet or refrigerator, for keeping stored food a few degrees above freezing point. The temperature of the chiller is 0 degrees Celsius and 4 degrees Celsius. The example of food in the chiller is fruits and vegetables.
Storing food safely in chillers. First, store food at the correct temperatures as soon as it has been delivered or prepared. This prevents the growth of harmful bacteria and minimizes the risk of food spoilage. Second, do not store marinated food at room temperature as bacteria can multiply rapidly at room temperature. Place marinated food in covered containers and store it in the refrigerator. Place hot food into shallow dishes or distribute them into smaller portions for rapid, even cooling before refrigeration. Alternatively, use a blood chiller to cool food down quickly before storing in the refrigeration. Fourth, avoid storing perishable food on shelves along the refrigerator door. The temperature of food stored along the door could be subject to fluctuations whenever the refrigerator door is open. Fifth, refer to the tips below on proper storage of food in the chiller. Here is the tips on proper storage of food in the chiller. First, allow proper circulation of cool air by not overloading the chiller beyond its capacity. Cool air should circulate freely to keep food properly chilled. Second, avoid leaving the display chiller door open for too long as this will raise the display chiller's temperature. Place notice to remind customers to close the display chiller doors after selection and not leave them open for the extended period of time. Third, do a stock check every week to discard food that has turned bad or past the use-by or expiry date. Fourth, clean the internal surfaces and rubber lining of your chillers and freezers regularly. Fifth, store cooked and ready-to-eat food above raw food. Sixth, store all food in properly covered food-grade containers. It is important for food handlers to to be equipped with the necessary food hygiene and safety knowledge to avoid unpleasant food poisoning incidents, which may result from failing to practice good food and personal hygiene. Besides, raising food safety and hygiene standards, training also contributes to employees' development and help improve business productivity and customer satisfaction. Okay, the last one is freezer.
Did you guys want to know what is the freezer? Freezer is a large container like a fridge in which the temperature is kept below freezing point so that you can store food inside it for a long period. Temperature of freezer. We should keep the refrigerator temperature below than 4 degrees Celsius. The refrigerator temperature should be negative 18 degrees Celsius. You guys must check temperature periodically. Appliance thermometer are the best way of knowing this temperature are generally inexpensive. Freezing is a great way to store a food. It will help you save money and by planning ahead. And it will help you to cut the amount of food you waste if you get in the freezer before it goes.
What is the importance of freezer? Freezing delays spoilage and keep food safe by preventing microorganisms from growing and by slowing down the enzyme activity that causes food to spoil. As the water in the food freezer into ice crystal, it becomes unavailable to those microorganisms that need it for growth. Storing food in the freezer is a great way to maintain their quality, freshness, and nutritional value. Freezing to this temperature inactivates any bacteria, yeast, and mold present in food.
The conclusion is, if we store the food properly, we can prevent cross-contamination or spoilage. In the verse of Quran, A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Innal mubadzirina kanu ikhwanash syayatin wa kana syaitanu lirabbihi kafura.
Those who waste it are the brothers of Shaitan, while Shaitan is a creature who is very ungrateful to his Lord.